Yo, 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 peace and blessings. Welcome back to another episode of Creative Success. It's your boy Burnell Washburn, and today I want to share some more vibration raising thoughts with you guys. So one of the things that really helped me out when I was feeling super down, kind of at like a low point in my life, I'd say, I ended up getting this book called The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And in that book, there's like 67 principles for success, and they've all changed my life. Every single principle has changed my life, but one of the principles that's really helped me out a lot is just taking full responsibility for everything in my life, taking full accountability for where I'm at. And it's not blaming myself, it's not saying it's my fault, it's taking responsibility, my ability to respond to it. And the power is within me, rather than externally, like so-and-so is causing this, or I would do this, but such and such is like that. And you know, all these limiting beliefs and excuses that just disempower us. I was able to really eliminate those. And obviously, like I don't think anyone's perfect at it. I'm still working on it. It's always a work in progress, but it's really been beneficial for me to just like take the power back in any situation. It's my responsibility. Like I either attract, create, or allow every single circumstance in my life. It's not anything that my family's doing or the government's doing or my neighbors are doing or anything else that's dictating how I get to feel and how I get to show up. No one controls my thoughts, my habits, my behavior. So I take full responsibility for everything in my life, and it just makes me feel so empowered. I don't make excuses, I don't blame. When I really gave up complaining and blaming, my life started going to whole new levels. I started showing up as just like a way brighter, better version of myself that wasn't like a victim. You know, you get rid of that victim mentality. Like the victim mentality is really one of the most toxic and least attractive mentalities that any human being can possess, and we all have it to some degree. And I'm not saying I'm above it or anything, but as I started eliminating my victim mentality, I started feeling way better about myself. I started loving and respecting myself more. I started not being as affected by what the world was doing, what they thought of me, or what so-and-so said about me, or, you know, that if like I get stuck in traffic, I'm not mad at the traffic. I'm like taking responsibility. Oh, I could have left sooner. I could have, you know, it's always like, even just the other day, I was walking home from the grocery store and my grocery bag dropped, and a glass of salsa. I bought myself like the super fire salsa, and it cracked in the bag and spilled all over my groceries. Instead of like blaming, you know, like my old self 5 years ago would have been like mad at the grocery bags, or mad at my homies for not giving me a ride, and since I had to walk, or mad that I didn't have a car, or mad that the grocery person didn't double bag it for me, or infinite different things I could have like blamed out, like, you know, not my fault, I'm just walking home with my groceries, you know. But it's like, no, it's my full responsibility. I know that paper bags rip sometimes. Have I never had a paper bag rip on me before? Like, of course I have. Have I never, like, you know, dropped something and spilled something before? Of course I have. So it's like, I know better. I could have taken a number of different actions to avoid that, and now I can take a number of different actions to avoid that in the future, and it already happened. So the only thing that I can really control now is how I feel about the situation. I could tell this story about how I'm unlucky and this kind of negative shit always happens to me, and oh, I just wasted all this money and time and ruined these groceries, and this sucks, and poor me. Had all this victim mentality about it, but that doesn't empower me. That doesn't make me feel good, and it doesn't change the fact that there's broken glass and salsa all over my groceries, and now I have to figure out how to carry the rest of this shit home without any bags. Like, it doesn't change any of that fact. So what can I control right now? You know what I mean? Like, there's that old, I think it's like an AA saying, like, where they say, like, God grant me the serenity for, it's like the serenity prayer, like, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and change the things that I cannot accept, and the wisdom to know the difference, or something like that. But basically it's like the same type of wavelength of taking the power back within you. And like, you can't change the circumstance after it happened, but you can change how you feel about it, or how you frame it, or how you tell yourself a story about it. So I told myself a story that day that it was an absolute blessing, teaching me that, hey, I should get those reusable grocery bags so I don't deal with this paper stuff anymore. I should remember that heavy stuff is liable to break these bags. So if I ever am carrying stuff in the future, I'll like more double bag it or like spread it out through different bags, or maybe I won't purchase any heavy items if I'm on foot. You know, all these different things that are actually going to help me in the future. And I looked at it as a blessing. This helped me grow. This made me stronger. This made me more appreciative. This made me thankful for the times when my salsa didn't break and spill everywhere. This made me grateful for the fact that I even had the choice to buy salsa in the first place. You know what I mean? So you can always control how you reframe a situation. And if you just like stop acting like a victim, like the world is happening to you, you just start feeling so much more blessed. I really believe the world is happening for us, not to us. And all of our biggest struggles and hardships are actually blessings in disguise, here to help us grow, here to make us stronger, here to turn us into the beautiful, bright version of ourselves that we know we can be, that shows up for the world and makes a huge positive impact. You know what I mean? So I look at all the hardships and struggles as just like, this is the universe's way of shaping me into a badass. This is the universe's way of like helping me unleash my potential and do what I'm designed to do on this planet, and make me more grateful and more appreciative and all these different things. So you just stop blaming, stop making excuses, start taking full responsibility for everything in your life. Like, it might seem crazy at first, but like one of my biggest mentors, Tom Bilyeu, is like really extreme with this principle, and he even has a shirt that says everything is my fault, just because he's trying to drive home the principle. And he even says like if a meteor hit the earth tomorrow and killed his wife, he would take responsibility for it, because he could have studied meteors and he could have like moved his wife, or he could have figured out how to build a space station and take his wife. And it's like super extreme example. He's just saying that way extreme to make a point, but it's, you know, he's a billionaire. He created a billion-dollar company. He's super shredded and healthy. He's tons of energy, provides a massive impact on the world. He's part of all sorts of beautiful movements happening. So like, that's the type of people I like to take advice from, and people like that are always saying take full responsibility. They're always saying eliminate your excuses, eliminate your victim mentality. Every successful person, I've 3 little birds flying again. So blessed. Every time I see 3 little birds, it just reminds me not to worry about a thing. And there's another group of 3 birds. Oh man, fam, we are so blessed. We don't have to worry about a damn thing. We just need to stop making excuses and just keep doing what's good for us, because all that victim mentality shit is just, it's not working out. It's not serving us, and we need to just step back into our power. You know what I mean? Not have the power anywhere else except for right here, because this is where we can do something with it. So I could obviously ramble on this topic for hours with so many different examples, but I'm pretty sure I made my point already. So I hope these words uplifted you, inspired you, and helped you feel more empowered, because you are so powerful. None of us have even a fraction of a clue of how powerful we are. So I really appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you actually see the videos. That's how YouTube does it now. And leave a comment. As always, I'm always asking for the comments, because I'm trying to grow the tribe, and the comments help the algorithm show these videos to more people that could benefit from it. And I know these messages are making a positive impact on some people, and I just want to grow that impact and make as much of a inspiring, empowering, uplifting impact as I possibly can with this YouTube channel. So I really appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow on another episode of Creative Success.